What we're witnessing right now is a fundamental re-architecture in how businesses win online. The era of the digital brochure, that's over. The future, well, it belongs to intelligent living systems. And this isn't just some upgrade we're talking about, it's a complete paradigm shift. Okay, so this is the story that most businesses tell themselves, right? We just need more traffic, more clicks, more eyeballs, and it seems like a logical assumption. But it's the wrong one. The issue isn't a lack of attention. The real problem, the one that's costing you, is happening after the click. The true problem is what we call a conversion leak. It's this quiet, almost invisible drain on revenue that's happening 24 hours a day. We have to stop thinking of a bad website as just a flaw and start seeing it for what it really is, a continuous, ongoing financial liability. So just how big is this liability? Consider this number: 98%. An estimated 98% of business websites out there are just digital brochures. Yeah, they show information, but they completely fail to convert. So this is what a passive website is, right? It just waits, it displays stuff, and it hopes. This whole model where you make the buyer do all the heavy lifting, it's obsolete. Today, that kind of passivity is basically a daily tax on your growth. And here, this is exactly where the system bleeds revenue. The messaging is generic, you can't get answers in real time, the only option is some friction-filled contact us form. And then, the ultimate lead killer, slow or even no follow-up. Every single one of these points is an exit ramp for a buyer who is ready to go. This quote just nails the psychology of the modern buyer. They are not looking for a maze to solve, they're looking for a clear path forward. Your digital presence has to be the one to provide that path. So you might be asking, why are passive websites failing so hard right now? Well, it's because the buyer themselves has fundamentally changed. See, they don't start their journey on your homepage anymore. By the time they land on your site, they are already pre-informed. They've read the reviews, they've seen your competitors' ads, and they've probably already consulted an AI. They're there to validate a decision, not to start their research from scratch. And their decision-making process, it definitely doesn't stick to a 9-to-5 schedule. That moment of intent, it can spike at 7 in the morning over a coffee or late at night after the kids are asleep. The most critical decisions are actually happening outside of business hours. In this is the question that should be keeping business owners up at night. If your system clocks out at 5 p.m., but your buyer is ready to pull the trigger at 10 p.m., that opportunity goes straight to the competitor who is always on. So the solution isn't just a prettier website. It is a fundamentally different architecture. We're talking about a shift from static pages to living, intelligent systems. The contrast here is just stark. A static site is a passive monologue. It's the same for everybody. A living system, on the other hand, is an active dialogue. It guides, it converses, and most importantly, it adapts based on who you are and what you want. A living conversion system behaves. That's the key word. It is not some static object. It's an active participant in the sales process, and it's designed to respond, qualify, and move the conversation forward 24/7. Which leads us directly to the single biggest advantage of this new model: the ability to capture demand around the clock at the exact moment it peaks. So here's how it works. The system engages instantly, delivering value right away. It automatically qualifies intent, so it can sort the real buyers from the browsers. And critically, it nurtures that conversation, making sure no lead goes cold before it ever reaches a human. Now, this isn't about replacing people. Not at all. It's about restructuring the sales process into a really powerful AI-human hybrid. Let's be really clear. This is not a cost-cutting play. This is a capacity expansion play. The right AI layer doesn't replace your best closers, no. It frees them from all the administrative drag so they can handle dramatically more qualified conversations. We're talking 3 to 4 times the volume. So the division of labor is crystal clear. The AI layer, it handles all the volume, the speed, and the 24/7 consistency. And that frees up your human team to focus on what they do best: building trust, applying emotional judgment, and closing those complex, high-value deals. So when you put all of this together, what does it add up to? It adds up to a new baseline for what it even means to be competitive. We are talking about AI-driven revenue infrastructure. And this is so crucial to understand. This isn't about just adding a chatbot to your website. This is a strategic shift. Having a system that actively converts demand is quickly becoming the new standard for any serious business. Ultimately, your digital presence really only has two states. It is either architected to actively capture demand, or it leaks it. There's no middle ground. Passivity is a choice, and believe me, it is a very costly one. The businesses that are building these living systems today are creating a competitive advantage, a moat that will become incredibly difficult for their slow-moving competitors to close. The only question is, which side of that divide do you want to be on?